Hello, my name is Wendy Li, and I am a graduate student in the George Washington University's Master of Tourism Administration program. In response to the GW FITE 2017 competition, I am presenting a defense of my position that certification systems aimed at the sustainable tourism industry should be internationally regulated through an accreditation body. Over the past few decades, the global sustainable and ecotourism industry has seen a proliferation of over 100 eco-label and certification schemes that seek to promote environmentally and socially responsible practices, as well as provide accurate information to help guide travelers in their decision-making. Studies are showing that these voluntary certification initiatives can have positive impacts for tourism enterprises that choose to participate. Blackman and co-authors found that beach communities in Costa Rica that have been certified under the International Blue Flag program benefit economically from more hotel investment when compared to beaches that were not certified. Juba showed that hotels in Poland that complied with the European Union eco-label standards incurred 19% lower maintenance costs in water, energy, and waste management than non-certified hotels. Environmental certification can improve a hotel's brand image, cut costs, and create a comparative advantage. Certification schemes are clearly valuable to promoting positive change and raising industry standards, particularly in developing countries where a flexible public-private sector-driven approach is preferable to costly or impractical government regulation. But the sheer popularity of certification schemes has also undermined their effectiveness. Researchers have found that tourists are confused by the distinction and meaning of different certification systems, and that they have become skeptical of eco-labeling due to the occurrence of greenwashing by organizations that are not actually improving their practices. Furthermore, the government bodies and non-governmental organizations that operate these certification systems have found it difficult to sustain themselves, from attracting new applicants to financing their work to credibly demonstrating their impact. For all these reasons and more, researchers and practitioners have recognized the need for a unified global framework that sets a common standard for certification and that harmonizes the criteria, methods, and indicators used by the growing number of certification schemes around the world. The Rainforest Alliance released a groundbreaking report on the value of establishing a stewardship council for the sustainable tourism industry. This type of accreditation body, a multi-stakeholder initiative, would in effect certify the certifier, resulting in increased transparency and enhanced credibility to both consumers and businesses. Tourists can be confident that the eco-lodge they wish to book is in fact complying with a high standard for environmental and social responsibility, and businesses can rest assured that the eco-label they chose is internationally recognized and approved. There is some understandable distrust about the idea of internationally regulating certification systems. Experts agree that certification criteria should refer to realistic and attainable goals, which differ widely across regions and destinations. The argument is, why introduce an extra level of bureaucracy? Why not leave it to individual governments to monitor their own certification schemes? Unfortunately, many nations don't have the resources to do so, particularly developing countries that can benefit from these standards the most. The fact is, many industries already have international stewardship councils in place that monitor and evaluate their certification systems, including fisheries, organic agriculture, and sustainable forestry. Practitioners and scholars in the tourism industry already battle the notion that tourism is not a consequential field, despite its enormous economic, environmental, and social impacts. Having an international accreditation system to monitor the sustainable tourism industry would help raise the bar for sustainable practices, assure consumers of the value of an eco-label, and increase businesses' ability to make informed choices that benefit local environments and people, not to mention their own bottom lines. Finally, certification systems themselves need a champion. Ultimately, tourism businesses that have sustainability certification still make up a tiny minority of the overall tourism industry. Yet, the certifiers are playing an important role in improving practices and enhancing understanding of sustainable tourism. A universal framework can help give them the recognition they need to convince enterprises to participate, appeal to consumers, and share innovation, technology, and learning with other certifiers around the region and even the world. In effect, a global accreditation system can coordinate efforts and help certifiers develop the tools they need to stay vital and relevant and ensure that sustainable tourism can become the norm instead of the exception. I would like to thank FITE and GW for the opportunity to speak on this important topic.